So this video is for those of you that are based in the Republic of Ireland and you want to start selling on Amazon. Now, Amazon, or rather Amazon FBA, is where Amazon takes care of, all the fulfillment, all the picking, the packing of your products. Like ultimately, you don't have to handle your product. And that is really good because it means that as people located on an island away from main population centers, we can actually take advantage of Amazon's fulfillment network and ultimately sell products without having to handle them. Likewise, you can sell one or you can sell 10,000 a day and it ramps up or ramps down. You don't need to worry about it. Amazon takes care of all that and all the investment and everything in that, right? But still, there's a few things you need to consider, right? Now, I won't get into product research and all that because that's something we cover inside our courses. I've covered that in other videos here, and that's standard no matter where you are. As an Irish person, there's a few things, though, that you do need to consider that's different than, say, if you're based in Northern Ireland or if you're based in, say, the rest of the UK, so GB, right? The first thing is this: where do you set up your company, right? Until recently, I would have recommended and people would have set up their company in the UK. And you can still do this, and there are some advantages to it. Now, the main reason we used to do it was because you would have been able to take advantage of an £85,000 VAT threshold. Now, this basically means you didn't have to pay VAT for the first £85,000 of your turnover. This was really good because it gave us a wider margin and ultimately meant we had more profit that we can reinvest into our business. Now, unfortunately, this has changed. In a nutshell, some foreign individuals were setting up UK companies and they were not paying HMRC their VAT, and HMRC was losing out, and legitimate businesses were losing out because they were trying to compete with sellers that were far in excess of the threshold, but were not registering for VAT, right? So now it's got to the stage where unless your business is physically established in the UK, which ultimately means like you've got an office there, you've employees there, you can prove that something tangible happens in the UK for your business, you will need to register your company. Well, actually, no, you'll need to pay VAT on your sales, basically, which means that ultimately it's best you register for VAT so you can reclaim VAT on import of your goods and on, expenses and things like that, right? Now, as an Irish person, that means that we need to register for VAT unless we can meet the terms that I mentioned previously. That means ultimately, it might be better for you to consider using an Irish entity, an Irish limited company, because you can set it up from home. You can use your Irish address and it can take care of everything that the UK business can, right? So if I was in your shoes, I would actually set up an Irish company, right? Once you do this, there isn't actually much else that you need to do differently than the UK operator. One thing you can't do is that you cannot have the goods shipped from China to your property because you'd be paying Irish duty and Irish VAT on the imports from China, and then you have to pay it again when you send it into the UK, which means that you're going to need to send it directly to a fulfillment center or to an Amazon fulfillment center or to a third-party warehouse. And likewise, if something goes wrong, you cannot remove the goods to your home address because again, that customs issue comes into play. Likewise, if you're based in Northern Ireland, you cannot remove it to a Northern Ireland UK address either. It has to be a GB address, right? After that, there's actually not much, difference to operating an Amazon FBA private label business being based in the Republic of Ireland or being based in the UK. The VAT threshold is the main difference. Now, if you're based in the UK, I recommend setting up a UK company, full stop. That's it, right? That's how I do it. I don't think there's anything else to explain. They're the main things to consider. There's a lot more in terms of the business, in terms of product research, in terms of, trademarks, in terms of like sourcing, all that, but it's the same as it would be for anywhere else in the world. And the Irish company, it can sell in the UK. It can also sell in Europe. It can also sell your stock in the US, in Canada, in Australia, in any of these markets in which Amazon operates. So it truly is a global business. And, for me, being based on the west coast of Ireland is absolutely amazing to be able to use Amazon's fulfillment network to have goods going to customers all over the world from local fulfillment centers. If you want to learn more about this, maybe you want to jump on a research call with me, just go to the link in the bio. I do make them available where we just jump on and do some product research. And there's other ways we can work together there as well. So check that out. If you like this channel, please subscribe. Please leave me comments if there's anything you're not sure about, and just keep plugging away, because that's what it's all about. But do believe it's possible, because it is. Talk to you soon. Take care.